What was life like on an ironclad ship? Have you ever wondered what it was like to live and work on an ironclad ship during the American Civil War? These ships were unlike anything that came before them. They were steam-powered vessels covered in iron or steel armor, designed to withstand cannon fire. This innovation changed naval warfare forever, but it also created some tough living conditions for the crew. On ships like the USS Monitor, space was extremely limited. The interior was so cramped that crew members often had to crouch to move around. The berth deck was low, making it hard to stand upright. The design of these ships focused on armor and weaponry, leaving little room for comfort. Inside, it was dark, noisy, and hot. Ventilation was a challenge, but some improvements were made. A large blower helped pull in fresh air, and taller air vents were added to boost airflow. Still, the crew had to deal with tight quarters and limited space to relax. Ironclads were armed with powerful weapons, including large Dahlgren guns mounted in rotating turrets. This was a new technology at the time, and it brought constant noise and danger. Firing these weapons created a stressful environment, especially with the threat of enemy fire. The thick iron armor protected the crew from most cannonballs, but the impact could still be felt inside the ship, adding to the tension. Daily life on an ironclad also involved maintaining the steam engines and boilers. Skilled engineers and stokers worked in hot, cramped engine rooms, shoveling coal to keep the engines running. The steam propulsion gave ironclads an edge in maneuverability compared to sailing ships, but it required constant attention to the mechanical systems. On Confederate ironclads, conditions could be even tougher. Resource shortages and limited industrial infrastructure made life challenging. Some Confederate ironclads, like those built in North Carolina, were smaller and often poorly maintained. Crews faced additional difficulties operating under blockade conditions, with limited supplies and repair options. The Battle of Hampton Roads showcased the strategic importance of ironclads. During this battle, the USS Monitor faced off against the Confederate ironclad CSS Virginia, formerly known as the Merrimack. This battle demonstrated that ironclads could engage each other without the heavy losses typical of wooden ships. However, the confined and armored nature of these vessels meant that crews had to endure long hours in a noisy and claustrophobic environment, always aware of the threat of battle damage. Living on an ironclad ship during the Civil War was marked by tight quarters, difficult working conditions, and the challenges of operating new steam and armored technologies. Crews had to be skilled and resilient to handle the mechanical and combat demands of these innovative warships. The ironclads represented a major shift in naval warfare, but this came at the cost of crew comfort and ease of life at sea.